Hello, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 22 of Aston Villa Raise the Holte, and I've wakened the cat on the couch. Sorry, Jack. Okay, so since our last game against Stoke, that horrible disappointment against Stoke, we went and hosted West Ham, got a nice, good 3-0 win. Strong second half after a bit of a boring first half. You can see Hogan got the double and Keegan Davis adding one at the end. Then we went to Bournemouth. This game was an even game. They were better in the first half, as you can see when they scored. We were better in the second half. It was quite a good goal from Scott Hogan. 1-1 was probably fair, though I feel like they'll be disappointed that they didn't win. And then Bristol City, we hosted them. A very strong performance. 3-0 win at home. James Wilson with the double. Scott Hogan finally finding his scoring boots. We have some strikers that are scoring goals. Was very happy with this win, especially as we know Bristol City are a bit of a championship rival from last season, having given us 2 poundings. We've beaten them both times in the Premier League. So on the global stage, we've made them look like fools, and I think that is a good revenge. I have a very cranky cat that has been woken up next to me now. So if we just have a look what this does to the table, and you'll see why we've come back a little bit earlier than I was anticipating. We are still in this battle for 6 with Spurs. Now, they had the early kickoff today. They beat Leicester 4-1, which means we have to retaliate. We have to now go and beat Southampton. It's going to put us a point behind them, and then you'll see our next game, the second game in this episode, we host Tottenham. So this is an interesting end to the season. So we'll do these 2 today, and what we'll do is we'll come back next time, we'll play Fulham, we'll wrap up the season, do a goals of the season, and we'll go from there. So let's look to get this show on the road. This is a formation that we've been playing with, a little bit more conservative in midfield rather than having Gilles pushed up. I think that was just exposing us a bit much, and I think that's what happened against who was it? Stoke. So this is the team. We're going with Hogan and Wilson up top. We're bringing Horahan back in. Matt Virtue had been playing in midfield. We've given Horahan a rest. He is the better player at this point, so I think he will do a good job in these bigger games. I've given this Anel Ahmed Hozovic, I've put him on the bench, gave him his debut last time. He's not really progressing in the under 23s. I can't send him out on loan yet, obviously. So I'm going to try and just, if games are won, bring him off the bench and just try and get him some football. And I still think there is a good player there. The scouts think there's a good player there, but he's just not quite developing. So we're going to try giving him some game time and hope that pushes him on. Okay. The cranky cat has left the room, so there shouldn't be any more cat yelling in the background. So that we can see what they're going with. Just a reminder for everyone too, I am pre-recording these episodes through to the end of the year. So if you have left a comment and I haven't appeared to acknowledge it, that is the reason. It's not that I'm ignoring you. We should be winning this game comfortably. Play your game and you'll win. Yeah, let's go with that. We've switched off Tommy Elphick, so give him an assertive, keep it going from last game. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. So I believe if I have my scheduling correct, the World Cup draw was on Friday, so I hope Australia got a decent group. I would love to play England, so if we got England, fantastic. If we didn't, then you've been spared, England. So what I want to do is just make sure that our strikers are marking their fullbacks, otherwise we're going to get overrun down the wings. Okay. So we do really need to win this. If we can get a win here, then that game against Tottenham will be a point behind. That means a win will take us above them, and then we have that massive last game of the season against Fulham. If we don't win, then the end of the season becomes a bit of a nothing. Bournemouth have dropped off the pace a little bit. I think we're 6 points up on them right now. So 7th is looking good. If we win our last 3 games, then we will definitely be in Europe, which I think is amazing. I don't think we could possibly have even dreamt that would be the situation at the start of the season. Alright, Horahan, can you get... That's a interesting corner to Wilson, the edge of the area, to Micah Richards. Can Richards turn on it? No, Wilson! Wilson! Go! Genius from Wilson indeed. And I thought this had just fizzled out to nothing. And he just whacks his foot through that. Pick that out. What a strike. Alright, so let's give them a concentrate. Let's not get carried away here. Wilson and Hogan, they are really proving to be quite the partnership up front. I was kind of hoping to get a little man, big man thing going here. Clear it. Oh, off the post. It doesn't look like Conte's going to stay. He wants to play Champions League football. Obviously, we can't offer that. I'm hoping if maybe we can get into Europa League, we might be able to do something for him, but Wilson, has he got any more magic in those boots? Not right now. Horahan, can he get it in first time? Second time he can. Lobs, nope. Just too loopy. That needed to be in low and hard and see if someone can get a foot onto it. So yeah, Conte doesn't look like it's going to happen. Hutton is leaving at the end of the year. We haven't used him all season. He's on big wages as well. Now Jill, can Jill pick out... What is that? That was horribly disappointing. Oh, well in, Delphic. And a terrible pass. This is, you know, this we've seen this how many times now where we just can't keep the ball and then they go and score. You can see, okay, there we go. Wilson tracking back, and that's why you have your strikers mark the fullbacks, people. That's a good ball forward. Come on, Hogan. Hogan, does he pick someone out? Can he pick someone out? He's holding it up. He's waiting. He's waiting. Great ball. Wilson! Wonderful play from Scott Hogan, and he picked Wilson out, who just never looked like missing. Wilson and Hogan, they're looking like world beaters up front. That's a nice goal. That will almost definitely feature in Goals of the Month at the end of the episode. Although Goals of the Month is a very liberal term because it's going to include a couple of goals in May because, you know, we don't have that many games, and the May episode will, of course, be the goal of the season. Maybe it'll be an outsider for goal of the season. So this is good in the sense that it gives us another opportunity, if things can sort of stay the same to about the 65th or so minute, to give some of the guys on the bench, Ahmed Zovic, a game. Might look to bring James Bree on, possibly Jack Grealish. I'm really struggling to get the best out of Jack Grealish on a consistent basis. So we haven't had much of the ball, but we have had all of the scoring. See, City's beating Bournemouth, so if this holds up, then we've guaranteed ourselves 7th. Alright, so don't get complacent. We've done well, but we haven't done that well. I think it's one thing that we do need to look at improving is, I think, just how we keep the ball, passing the ball. I've tried attacking movement, I've tried teamwork in training for the games, and it doesn't really ever seem to make much of a difference, which is a little bit frustrating. We should be passing relatively short, so I'm not. It might just be an actual quality of the player sort of situation, but I feel like we should have players that are capable of keeping the ball. So Jelinek is the tightest of our players, and Scott Hogan as well. Right, if we can keep a concentrate going. Ideally, we'd like to try and rest some people for Spurs, but we obviously want to make sure we win this first. Wilson, can he pick out Hogan? Hogan! Ooh. Decent effort, decent. See, Horahan hasn't been great. No, so we're coming up to that 65th minute mark. I'm not as convinced as I was against Bristol City last time, where we looked like we had the game under control. They haven't had too many chances. Oh, win that. No, there it is. Okay. Yeah, just you just got the feeling we didn't quite have this one under the same control that we had. Not that you guys saw the Bristol City game, but we've just left this guy completely unmarked. Is that Cresswell the fullback from West Ham? Yeah, okay, so who should have been marking Cresswell? Wilson. That's why you want your strikers to mark the fullbacks. Okay, I think I'm tempted to get Gilles off for a proper midfielder in there, but we'll leave it for now. Oh, you can just feel this slipping away. Oh. Tighten up. Yeah, we haven't had any of the ball. Alright, what? Okay, we will... Horahan just isn't doing it, so we'll take him off for Virtue. And I think we'll take Gilles off for a proper midfielder. Maybe put him on box to box, and we'll put Virtue as a Mazzala. And then if we do happen to need a goal, we have Grealish that we can bring on that is essentially the same sort of player as Gilles. Oh dear. Oh. Alright, can we hit them on the counter? Wilson's turned, he's got some space to run into, Cresswell's brought him down. We might look to just play on the counter a bit more here. Can we win that? Good tackle, Jedinak. Alright, can Wilson release Hogan? Oh, they're just going for Wilson. Alright, we're getting close now. We go on, clear that. Wilson. No. Oh, offside. Otherwise, Golini just did a... Was it... what's his name? The Man United guy? Taibbi? It was Taibbi, wasn't it? Straight through the legs. Okay, give it a concentrate. The defence hasn't played particularly well. What if we do a time-wasting substitution? Oh, this is a risk. Why am I doing this? This is the sort of faith I have in this guy. Calm, there's no pressure on you. Just don't mess it up. Alright, win that away from Taylor to Hogan. Hogan brings it down beautifully on the chest. Alright, ball up to Tishbola. Wilson, can he find a partner there? Virtue, Matty Virtue! Oh, and again! Nope, not quite there for him. Alright, it's a corner. What can we do from the corner? Nothing. Fair enough. This is it. It should be it. Can he play in Hogan? Can he play in Virtue through the middle? Hogan? Oh, it's a good clearance. And Nathan Redmond hoofs it forward, which is a worry. Oh, look at that. Ahmed Hubbard. Alright, let's not clock off. Let's not clock off. Why is he in so much space? Why is he in so much? That's rubbish. There we go. That should be it. That should be it. We're a point behind Spurs. There it is. Well, this season just keeps getting more and more interesting, doesn't it? That was a terrible, how they will not understand how they've lost that. But that's, you know, to be fair to, that's why we have Wilson, is to, we got away with that today, I would have to agree. That's why we have Wilson, is to nick those goals for us, so, not pleased. Mings, yeah, I wonder if there was a little bit of pressure in that game that led to some players not quite performing. It is that time of the season where that could start to affect players. But I mean, it doesn't really matter now. We did get the win, and that's what matters. So we can see with the table, that guarantees us 7th spot. So we can't lose 7th. If we can beat Spurs, we put ourselves in a situation where we are in 6th. It's ours to lose. If we draw, then who do they have last game? I haven't actually looked at another team like this before. Is it overview? Schedule. Right there in front of me. So we can see they're still going in the Europa League as well. So they have Swansea at home the last day. So Swansea, I think they're already relegated. So I don't think we can expect them to do us any favours. So we're going to have to do this ourselves. Yes, Swansea are terrible, already down. So I'll just quickly play through for Spurs, and then we have what is essentially a Europa League playoff. Okay, welcome back. Now the eagle-eyed of you among you will notice that the Southampton score has changed. Basically what happened is my computer decided it was going to restart itself before I had saved after that game, so I had to go back and replay it. The score's obviously different, but the result's the same, so the integrity of the game hasn't changed. But yeah, annoyingly, we only won 1-0 this time. But, you know, these things happen at least. We still have to save. It could have been worse. So on to, looking forward, we have Tottenham. Obviously, they gave us a bit of a hiding in the Carabao Cup, so we would love to get some little measure of revenge here and get their spot in Europe. It's going to be tough, though. This is the formation we're going with. Oh, yes, now Ahmed Abazovic, he has gone off to the Under-20 World Cup. So we'll make a change there. Otherwise, it's the same team, with the exception of Virtue coming in for Horahan. Okay, so here we go. Final day of the season. Villa Park will be absolutely rocking. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous. I always feel that if I'm nervous, the players are nervous. So we'll tell them to go out there and enjoy themselves. I'm not sure how this is going to go down. In previous versions of Football Manager I've played, it's usually worked pretty well. Maybe it's going to work. But as I've said before, I've spent the last 5 years or so on the 2013 version of the game, so some of the updates that have taken place over that time I haven't sort of developed with it, so I can be caught a little bit out on those. Alright, so we just want to make sure our strikers are marking fullbacks. I thought about playing on the counter-attack against Spurs, but it didn't work for us. I think we did that in the Carling Cup. What's it called now? The Carabao Cup. So I don't really want to do that again. Oh yeah, the 100th game for the club. Wonderful player. Becoming to good form. We're a very good team. We're going to relish the challenge. Yeah, sure. Come on, Villa, let's bring these European nights back to Villa Park. Mings loves a hoof forward, doesn't he? Mings to Wilson may prove to be a very good partnership for us in the years to come. Richards suffered a bruised ankle. We should sub him as soon as possible. Okay, this isn't ideal. We do have obviously Jordan Williams on the bench. Let's have a look what happens here. Absolutely nothing. Surely a bruised ankle you can run it off. Okay, come on. Close him down. Close him down. They've got a lot of space. Look at Hogan marking his fullback diligently. Wilson's let his man go. Go on, Wilson, you're faster than that. Lamella, oh, that's special. I mean, we have probably just witnessed goal of the season, if that's worth anything to anybody. That was unbelievable. I mean, there's nothing on. There could be maybe a little bit closer, but at what point do you just have to hold your hands up and say, God damn it. Alright, let's encourage. I mean, you get the feeling sometimes that that's just the difference between where we're at and where we need to be. Is I don't know that we have many players that could do that in training. Maybe Carlos Yeo. Grealish should probably do it in training. He'd never do it in a game, but he'd probably do it in training with his eyes closed. Alright, come on. Let's not concede a second. Don't concede a second. We've conceded a second. I don't like Tottenham right now. Encourage. Come on, can we nick one back from the corner? Comes in. Yep! That's lifted the spirits. What a header that is. I mean, Jedinak would have knocked that in as well. Wonderful stuff. That's lifted the spirits. Come on, boys. Alright, what have we got here? Come on, let's defend properly. Well, good header. A little bit too much space for Harry Winks. Carlos Gio, ball-winning midfielder Carlos Gio. Where did that come from? Early ball forward to Wilson. Hogan's up there. Can we pull this back to 2-0? Wilson to Hogan. It's just not quite there. We've got a fullback getting forward. No, Hogan just struggled, just hesitated a little bit. Elphick's got it forward to Hogan. Hogan on to Taylor. Can Taylor? No, we're bouncing off us like we've got cement legs. Alright, is this going to be another counter-attack goal? Go with him. We've got men in the middle. Good tackle, Conti. We're going to really miss him if we can't keep him. Alright, what can Wilson do? Just look to hold the ball. Virtue to Gil. We can go back. We don't have to rush forward. That's a good ball forward to Hogan. Come on, Scotty. Come on, Hogan. Go on, son. Go on. Oh, it's a decent save. We're coming back into this. I don't know if Spurs have clocked off a little bit. Corner. No, it's poor, Gil. That's poor. Alright. Straight through him, Jedinak. Wonderful stuff. Alright, let's try it again. Good delivery. Decent delivery. It's there. It's Hogan at the back post. And the Villa come roaring back. Wonderful stuff. We are killing them from set pieces. Jedinak onto Hogan at the back post. Decent finish from Hogan. Now let's everybody concentrate. We haven't played particularly well. I mean, we've come back. We have come back into the game. We're doing this thing again where as a team we're playing well, but individually not so much. Alright. Keep your heads, boys. Keep your heads. Clear it. Mings. Wonderful stuff. Cut the Gil. Oh my god. Can we get in front? Gil picks out Hogan. He's got Wilson in the middle. Early ball to Wilson. Come on, Wilson. Come on, Wilson. Go! Oh yeah! What is happening? Wonderful ball forward. What a counter-attack. Hogan picks out Wilson, and Wilson just absolutely buries it. 3-2 to the Villa from 2-0 down. What a first half. So that's the end of that half. What a comeback that has proven to be. But as they say, the job is only half done. So you might be winning, that could change, yes, that's what we want to say. Some of us haven't been playing as well as we could. Tyrone Mings and Neil Taylor. Jelinek got amongst men as always. Also we got here, Carlos Yol is having one of his better games for us. Oh, we switched him off. Here I am trying to be supportive and tell him he's doing a good job. That's alright, I'm sure he'll continue to knock in decent corners. Okay, now I don't think we should necessarily change anything, although Spurs are probably going to come out at us at the start of the half here. Alright, come on, keep your heads, boys. Concentrate. Closing down, closing down. Virtue, good tackle. Looked a little bit lungy. Alright, 5 minutes done. Is he not going to shoot from there, is he? No. Kane will shoot from there. He'll shoot from anywhere. It's a decent ball forward. Clear it. Oh, what are we doing? We've just clocked off completely. Just, what are we doing? Lamela is just, no one's even with him. No one's attacking the ball. Alright. Is this our highlight? Wilson back to Conti, gets the ball in. We don't really have much strength in the air. It's not a bad header away. Taylor! Oh, crossbar! Alright, Virtue isn't having his best game. We do have Horahan on the bench. We know Horahan has been quality for us all season. He's just having a little dip in form. Let's give a passionate go out there and make the difference. So that's 2 changes. We have 1 to go, and that's that taken care of. And we don't really have anyone to play left back. Okay, so can Conti go over there? He can more so than Bree, so let's do that. It's not ideal though. It's not ideal. And we have no subs left in the 68th minute. I mean, a draw, it isn't devastating to us, but they're playing already relegated Swansea at home on the last day, so you wouldn't expect too many favours there. I think we have Fulham away, and Fulham are fighting against relegation, so we're not going to have an easy game. Go on, Horahan. Alright, come on, get in front of it, Yeah, the night clears. Can he find Hogan? He can. Can Hogan find Wilson once more? It's a decent ball. It's got through to him. Come on, Wilson. Go! Hogan and Wilson, they're the best partnership in Europe right now. Absolutely wonderful. Vertonghen won't be pleased with that. Okay, now everybody, we have just got to... Oh, I can't. We've just got to calm down, tighten up. Do we sit our fullbacks? I don't want to have no outlet down the wing. Let's maybe just put them on support. Come on. And I think now we look to counter. We don't want to change too much though. What a game this has been. If we win this, this is undoubtedly game of the season. Can we give them a concentrate? Not yet. Oh, come on. Clear it. Clear it. Clear it. Oh, no. From a set piece. That is just devastatingly heartbreaking. Oh. Lamella hat-trick. We've just been torn to pieces by Lamella. Alright, we have 8 seconds to go the length of the field and score. I'm going for it because, like I say, a draw isn't going to really do us much good. We can't get caught for 7th. Hogan, can he find Wilson one last time? It's gone past Wilson to Bree. Can we do it? Can he find Wilson? He's unmarked. He's unmarked. Oh. Conti, it's there. It's... Oh. Oh, football's a cruel game. Oh. Well, I tell you what, that was a spectacular game. I'm glad that one was on the channel, but... Oh, look at that, 91st minute. I don't know whether to be happy, to be upset, to just clap and just say how much I love football. I think unlucky. I think our defense could have done better. But, oh, what a game. It's a shame we've got to come back and play another game, really, isn't it? Because that just would have been the best way to clock off from the season, I think, with just that wonderfully entertaining game, end to end. But just right at the... to lose it in stoppage time, and then right at the end to just not be able to steal the win. Well, there it is. It's not completely done, like I say. We are still then a point behind them coming into the last game of the season. But like I say, they're playing Swansea, who are already relegated. We're playing Fulham, who, as you can see, they need something. So that's not going to be easy. But what we'll do is we'll come back for that final game of the season next episode. We'll also do like the end of season wrap up that the game does, and also goals of the season. But for this episode, if you enjoyed it, and how could you not, 4-4, what a game that is. Give me a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. Other than that, I've been Aussie Villain. Enjoy our goals of the month for April/first few weeks of May, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks very much. Bye.